And welcome back, tankers. This is Mr. Kassarian, and today we are here in Armored Warfare. Alright, sorry about that. That was Jace behind me on his computer with his text alert from the Division. So, what are we doing today? We are grinding. Yay, grinding. Yep, that's right. We are grinding, because that is basically what we do. Alright, Armored Warfare. One of the most fun grinds I've ever played, but it is still a grind. So, let's just do our M1A1, and let's do... We could do Cavalry or Perseus. Let's do Perseus. I actually like Perseus. It's a fun map. You know, it is kind of linear and tube-based in certain areas, and that can be a bit of a pain in the neck. But it's just fun to go through. You know, especially that last capture point is a lot of it's very entertaining. Let's put it that way. It's an entertaining map to fight. And it's a challenge, and I like a challenge. You know, if it's not challenging, then I feel, okay, yeah, we're rolling over the enemy. But, you know, my idea of a good challenge is a bit interesting. I like the sort of beat-em-up style, you know, hordes of enemies. Each one of them is relatively individually weak, but the real threat comes from the sheer bloody number of them, which is why I like PvE. There aren't a lot of enemies, or there are a lot of enemies. They're not individually that dangerous, but put together, they can really get to you. And that's the kind of challenge I like. You know, PvP has that challenge of you're evenly matched in numbers. You know, each tank is very dangerous to you. And that can be fun to people. It's not my favorite style. And that's why I like PvE. PvE makes me feel more like I am an ace tanker. I'm here in my tank and I'm doing really well, and you know. Hey, Acme. Huh. Haven't seen them in a little while. You know, I'm doing really well, and this is, you know, I'm awesome and blah blah blah. And I like that. I like that feeling.
Sorry to drag you through the forest.
Also, one of the issues I've always had with PvP in tank games is that typically I get killed by things I can't see because I'm losing the vision game. Now, Armored Warfare is a little bit easier in that respect because we do have
enemy forces are moving towards the eastern
we have better
silo.
tools to play the vision
If you
game
take the
with.
bridge, try not to fall off.
Alright, so we're both going to set up here.
Heads
C1
up,
and I.
Black Company. Enemy intel and recon trucks are in the area. It's a bit up your way, but if you can take them out, they'll lose their eyes and ears in this battle.
Incoming! Incoming! Shut down.
Thank you for giving me side armor there. Have a heat shell right to your side. Someone else got a shot off before I did. Alright, so let's roll it up. You can see I upgraded my skills in this thing. It's feeling a bit more sprightly now. A bit more like it wants to move. Here, have 700 points of damage. Have another 7. Okay, that was 659. That was a low roll. Oh. Who's something better than that? Or not. Because you vanished off into I can't spot you now.
Identify target.
Hey, there you are. Bye. I see you out there somewhere with an autocannon. Hey, Weasel. It's probably a bad idea to shoot at the front of an M1A1 Abrams. Because it's also a bad idea to load heat when I'm engaging a pair of M1 Abrams. Remember, don't show your side armor. It's really weak. You can shoot right through here. And what you're doing there is you're punching through the tracks, and your Sabo round is actually punching into their side hull. Get that hull spun around. Now, I don't have a line on anything of his that I can punch with my heat shell. There we go.
Don't let your guard down, Black Company.
I think they tweaked something with Artie because it's doing less module damage to me now,
Get ready to cross the
which
river.
is really appreciated, by the way.
Loader, Sabo.
Up. You got him.
I don't know if I still have that MBT's dominating SPG's challenge, but maybe. Let's get ourselves swung around because this T-80 looks like he's having trouble. Well, he is low tier, and his armor is significantly thinner than the rest of ours. Let's go up with our heat shell.
We nailed it.
Back her a little. Who hit me? That was the Stingray. Of course it was the damn Stingray. Okay, T-80, you need some help there, buddy.
Identified.
Awesome.
Sabo.
Here we go.
Sabo.
Okay, so the T-80 is just holding his position
Loader, Sabo.
and watching that cap.
Up. Target eliminated.
I just don't like that sound.
No cracks.
Ah, I went high.
No panic.
Switch back to Sabo.
Target down.
Got him. He's toast. Stingray to our rear.
Target locked.
Low heat. Low heat.
Get that hull spun. Because those guys really hurt. M1A Thunderbolts are my bane, as you've heard me say many times. I'm on to just my Sabo shells now. There's an MBT-70 behind us. We just smacked our Abrams in the side armor. I would search back to my rounds for this, but I'm out of those.
Identify target.
Off the tank.
Loader, Sabo.
Up. Threat destroyed.
Got him. Now, I don't want to pull out of this position so we knock out this T-80.
Good work. There will be more coming, though. M1A1 forces are heading to the western silo en masse. Fastest way there is to cross the river again and go around the rocks.
There we go.
Now, get over there.
The M1 got the kill. How am I doing for... Oh. Well then. Yep. Alright. Like, how am I doing for damage? Oh. Right. Okay. Yep. That's a lot of damage. This is a medium, but that's a lot of damage, guys. The rest of you need to do better. Seriously. The rest of you need to do better. Also, okay, I guess I'm charging the cap then. Sable up, check. Okay. Shots coming in. I'm in Abrams. I'm going 50 kilometers an hour. Yay! I can't see my targets yet.
Identify.
Aha.
Hostile PC.
Alright, now's the point where we're gonna go up. Switch.
Moving out.
Up.
Let's close it in.
Up. Hostile tank.
Loader, heat.
Up.
Let's get that hull swung. Thank you.
Target destroyed. Target down.
Move it out. Roll Sabo.
Your hull may be powerful, but my main gun can still kill you. Alright, the Ariete is monitoring north. That's good. I'm actually going to burn a character here, because I hate having damage done.
Roll Sabo.
Target down.
Loader, Sabo.
Inform our gunner that the next round up will be a heat shell. Alright, an M1 and an Ariete up there should be more than enough to handle whatever we come across. Okay. No, we're not going to get that anyways. And we lost our Ariete. Let's see.
I just received word they had coordinates to some of our convoys and supplies on those intel trucks. That was cocked.
Target locked down.
Bogey.
Seriously?
Target locked. Target locked off.
Okay, now we're getting swarmed up there. Alright, swing this around. Let's get up there. We got a bit over. There, I have 524 damage. Get out of the. Thank you. Challenger 2, that was appreciated.
Target locked.
Roll Sabo.
Target locked. Ammo up.
I think they're a little irritated though. See how zippy this thing is now that I've upgraded it?
Well done, Black.
And that's GG.
You helped
That's
avert
GG, by the way, with
major
27,000 points of damage in the match. Yes, that was on medium, but 27,000 points of damage. And no one else is GGing me. I wonder why. Huh. You know, I hate saying this because I sound like I'm coming from the Dark Souls crowd, and a bunch of the Dark Souls crowd that's really bad, or really jerks, but if you're going to complain about another player who just did stupid amounts of damage, let's say, and there wasn't, you guys saw it, there wasn't really anything in that match I was doing that was bad sportsmanship, right? Right. I was just engaging targets. I was mid-tier. I wasn't high-tier. There was a challenge or two above me. If you're complaining about another player who isn't doing anything unsportsmanlike, and none of those guys were really complaining, but you could kind of tell by the way the Challenger 2 was driving, he was getting a bit ticked off with me shooting stuff that he wanted to kill. Oh, he wanted... Okay, and he wanted to Destroyer. That's why. Play better. Seriously, it's not that hard to rack up a lot of damage in PvE. I think I've said about 5 times what my tricks are for dealing lots of damage. Get in front if you're an MBT. Use the right ammo type. And don't shoot at targets if you're high alpha, low rate of fire tank. Don't shoot at targets that have less HP than your shell's going to do on average. Let someone who's faster firing, like an Abrams, or an MB, or an AFV, or a light tank, or some of the light tanks, let them get the kill. The damage is more important. Okay, look at that. I have 800 more experience points, base experience points, than the next player. I have more spots, I have more damage, I have more assists. I don't have the most kills, but I have more assists by a long shot. Alright? And this T-80, I don't know what happened to him. He, yeah, he didn't die. He stayed alive through the whole match, but I don't know what happened to him. Alright, what did we get in our platinum crate? Oh, some platinum credit insignias. Those are useful. Those are very useful, in fact. And... Huh, I could actually advance. No, I couldn't. I need... How much do I need? I need 100... I need 341,000 XP to get the unlock token. Which is fine. That's fine. That's either Onyx. We're doing Onyx or Meltdown. I don't want to do Meltdown. I guess we're doing another medium on Onyx. So let's throw a rep insignia on there and a credit insignia on there. And we're going to start the medium contract on Onyx. There are some maps I just don't like. And I don't know why Meltdown is in there, but Meltdown just isn't. It's so frantic at the end of the match because there are enemies spawning from a bunch of different directions. And if you want to get good damage numbers, you have to race in between them. And what always ends... Ooh, I'm high tier. And what always ends up happening when we're in that map is that we race in between them, and usually the AFVs get there first, or the tank destroyers do. And the tank destroyers and AFVs just get murdered. Because they run smack nose into an upgraded M1A1, you know? Like one of the enemies I should be facing. And they just run smack into it. And it's like, oh guys, come on, please. Alright, I don't think I'll top tier this one. We have another M1A1, we have a Centauro 120, and a Leopard 2. So I don't think I'll top tier this one. The Centauro 120, by the way, uses a shortened version of my cannon. Of the cannon on the M1A1, the 120mm. Derivative of the British... Well, it's not really the British L7, actually, because it's a smoothbore. As to why we've gone back to smoothbore guns on tanks, it really comes down to heat shells. It's very hard to make a heat shell that'll work properly from a rifled gun. Generally, the spin from the rifling will cause the heat round, the jet of molten metal that the heat round generates, to break apart. And it won't perform as well. So what you really want to do instead is, if you want to be able to fire heat shells, you shoot them out of a smoothbore. So tanks like the M1 take something of a performance hit in return for being able to fire a wider... That was dumb of you. In the levels of dumb things you could do, that was pretty far up there, buddy. Remember, you don't actually need to shoot them to destroy them, just ram them. Oh good, our Centauro is pretending he's an AFV. Okay. Let's get that whole swung. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you.
all the SATCOM trucks.
Those thunderbolts hurt.
We'll send in a team to salvage what we can from them.
Of course. That hurt too. And that hurt.
Loader, Sabo.
That switched over.
Loader, Sabo.
Of course, he takes out my track.
Fix, move it out. Loader, Sabo. Looks like that part of the train is safe. Don't let your guard down.
All right.
Company, enemy forces are moving for the
So our
freight
Centaur
car.
120 is definitely
Careful
pretending he's an
now.
AFA.
Looks like
Look at
he's
him.
really pissed
He's all the way
off.
down there now taking out the artillery. He's like, yep, I am so done with enemy artillery fire. Which is good, because I am too. Artie and I just don't get along. I mean, I'm an MBT, and my favorite vehicles are MBTs. Let me phrase it to you that way. I love myself my MBTs. Especially kind of all of them, you know? The faster, more heavily armored ones, the slower bricks like the Challenger, Ariete, and I even like the Russian ones with their high alpha. I like all of them. I'm not opposed to tank destroyers.
Target locked.
Load Sabo.
Target
I
locked.
kind of like them. They play differently. It's fun. All right, I have no other targets. All right, someone else. I have no other targets, so I will fire at this guy, but I usually wouldn't. I'm going to come around this circle here. It looks like I'm going to have to cross the map now. Unless I can get a shot. Not really. Alright, so I'm going to have to cross the map. That's fine.
Ammo up. Target eliminated.
Remember, in the M1, you can and should just fling shells at things.
Identify target.
No effect.
Nope. Alright. Remember that the Terminator has the lower chassis of a T-80.
Loader, Sabo.
Where's the T-90? I don't remember now. How am I doing? Good. I'm doing very good. Okay. Eek. Back that up. Alright. Back it up and spin that around. I should really put camouflage on this tank. Switch that over.
Loader, identify target.
Put a round into him. Now we ignore him. I don't have a good line on him. If I can smack a heat round to the backside of that 206.
Watch out, enemy forces haven't given up yet. They're headed to the engine room.
Alright, let's head to the front of the train. Now, the thing I like about the M1A1 is you absolutely can just fling shells and stuff. You have a fast refire rate. So in this tank, a tier with level 4 guys, yeah. So it's about a 6.47 per every 6.5 seconds. I will fling another shell. Think about that. That's almost 10 rounds a minute out of a 120 millimeter gun.
Identify target.
Target locked.
Load heat.
Target's gone.
Really, I track damage the Bradley. Got a good hit on the driver.
Tracks up. Moving out. Load Sabo.
Get Sabo up. Spin that home. Thank you. Alright, how are you guys doing down the other side there?
Identify.
Off the
Eek.
tank.
Alright, that's an M60 and a something. I don't know what that something is, but it's a something. What do I have loaded?
Load Sabo.
M60 killing. Okay. Oh, that's a Sheridan.
Target eliminated. Threat destroyed.
That was a Sheridan. just like that was a
Identify
BMP-2.
target.
Hostile tank.
Alright. Why are they just dicking around down there? They should be pushing on those two tanks. It's just a chieftain. Literally, guys. It is just a chieftain. Oh, because we're dueling multiples.
Target locked on.
Oh, come
Target
on.
locked.
Crit track damage, huh? And that's GG.
Good work. You bought us enough time to
So,
clear the
not
tunnels and
quite
tracks.
as
Thank you
a
for stopping
stupidly
the
high
countdown.
damage game as the first match. But that was still a good one. That was a pretty good match. Pretty good match for me indeed. You can see I leveraged the mobility and the fire on the move capabilities of the M1A1 and rate of fire. It makes it a very, very, very dangerous tank. It's mobile, it's fairly maneuverable, and it flings a lot of shells. As long as you can get past the fact that your standard Sabo, your standard APFSDS round has lowest pen of any MBT at your tier, you're fine. Just get around that fact, shoot them from the side, look for weak points. You're not going to frontal pen most MBTs. Honestly, at tier 8, 9, and 10, from at least what I've seen and what I've heard, you're not going to frontal pen most MBTs. They just have too much frontal armor for you to punch through that. Alright, they're too well sloped, they have too good composite, you're not going to punch through their fronts. But we got ourselves Blue Star, Shooter, Target, and Teamwork, which I consider to be a pretty good match and a silver supply crate. Bit of XP, bit of credits, I'll take it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Mr. Kasarian. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, give me a like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the episode, leave a comment down below. Let me know why you didn't like it. For those of you who enjoy Armored Warfare and like my more shooty videos, you will be happy to know that I'm now I do both Division videos at high tier, and I'm starting a brand new series with my friend Battlemind Jace, who you've seen a couple times in Armored Warfare, and Topaz 4, my girlfriend, where we are doing a story playthrough of The Division, from the beginning to the end with the cutscenes and audio logs and all that fun stuff. Alright, go check it out. Check out their channels. You can find them either on one of the Division multiplayer videos or in my other channels page. Thank you for watching. This has been Mr. Kasarian, and as always, tankers, good hunting.